staying on Wednesday, Leeds and West Ham is a pick 'em. It's at Ellen Road. Leeds plus 160 at home, West Ham 160 on the road. The draw is plus 250. I would say that Leeds Newcastle draw maybe it's the most surprising draw of the season going into the game. Like I'd be like, there's just no way that these two teams will play out a draw. There they go, 0-0. West Ham, we've talked about it a lot. We'll stay with it. David Moyes is they're probably playing for his job right now. I think
what?
It's sad. I would disagree with the move, of course. They think that he's got them playing great defensive ball still. The price is too short, I think. So you just said that the Southampton Forest match was the easiest pass on the board. This for me, I think is the easiest pass on the board. But BJ, you think there's maybe a smidge of value on David Moyes with a back to the wall spot. Who does better in that situation than Moyes?
I mean, tactically, this is about as perfect as it gets when you're going up against Leeds, because guess what? Leeds is now dead last in the Premier League in non-penalty expected goals allowed. They're allowing 1.62 per 90. They've conceded over 6 expected goals in their last 2 matches. I know it was against City. I know it was against Newcastle, but that's still really bad. Their last 6 matches, they've conceded 12 big scoring chances. West Ham last year, I mean, they just flat out destroyed Leeds. 4.7 expected goals and 5 big scoring chances over the 2 meetings. And it's mainly because West Ham is a top 5 team at playing through pressure. They're going to be able to sit back and counter Leeds to death. Now, West Ham, we talked about a lot. They're one of the biggest positive regression candidates in the Premier League right now. They're sitting in 17th, -9 actual goal differential, but a plus 1.6 expected goal differential. Even they've lost their last 5 matches by a combined score of 10-2. Expected goals has been 7.7 to 5.1. So they're way overdue for some positive regression to go their way. And you already mentioned it, Michael. They're still a top 5 defensive team by expected goals. So this is a really, really good spot for them. They're healthy. Like they're going to have their full attack, their full defense available. And Leeds is still without Sinistera and Bamford. So this is a great spot here for West Ham. So, I mean, I like them drawing no bet at -105. I mean, it's, I'm not showing a ton of value on it, but from the tackle perspective, I mean, Jesse Marsh's defense sucks just flat out. They're terrible. So I love this spot for West Ham.
All right, Anthony. Speaking of haters,
I'm just speaking the truth.
No, I think I agree actually though. Not necessarily on the side because I project this as a coin flip, but on the matchup, I don't love it for Leeds because West Ham is very comfortable being a passive defense, sitting deep, waiting for their moment to hit in transition. They're probably going to get 1 or 2 big chances, and it comes down to whether or not they finish them. And they are due for positive regression, but the market isn't really downgrading them that much. Like I thought we'd get like a solid home road dog price here, and then maybe I'd hop in on West Ham, but we're not really getting it. And West Ham, like they're not capable of consistently getting the ball into the penalty area. I mean, they're 15th in touches in the area and 18th in passes against a Leeds team that the problem with Leeds, of course, they're good at keeping you out of the area, but when you get it, it's almost always because they've broken down and you were able to get like a great shot out of it. So they take the risk that you won't get, more than 1 or 2 great shots and you won't score them. And so the reality is that they've, conceded the 15th most big scoring chances. Like their individual defending is poor. I don't think the system is bad. I think when you look at their numbers and you see how they play, like they let the system down, but they're lacking quality. But you could also criticize the manager for saying, why are you playing a system that puts so much stress on an under-talented, undercooked defensive talent? That being said, Leeds continue to be fine in the Prem, and they will be fine going forward. But yeah, this is a stay away from me as well. I just think the matchup is not great for Leeds. I don't really take a ton into what happened last year. One of the meetings, Leeds was so injured, it didn't even matter. Like it was really bad, but
the academy was playing.
The academy played. Yeah. And it was rough, but West Ham, just the attacking pieces have regressed. And I think that's the biggest thing and the biggest difference here on top of course, just running bad.
I'm switching my pick. I'm going West Ham over 1.5 goals at plus 135.
No, you're allowed to do that.
Am I not allowed to do that?
No, of course you're allowed to do it.
Okay, I'm doing that. I'm switching from draw no bet to West Ham over 1.5 at plus 135.